Cast net. Chicken legs. Here's on a fish. Another cast. Crab tongues caught up in the cast net.
Damn, we come out here all kind of prepared. Alright, so we're going to be checking our first line we have out right now. Again, this is just crab twine. Cut it a couple feet. You put your piece of chicken at the end. So we are no-go on the first line. We still have the whole wharf pretty much to check. We're gonna go ahead on and pull up our second. Does it feel like it got some weight to it? Most times you can understand if you have something on it or not. The crabs, they tend to have their own weight. They don't budge off or anything unless they come up to the surface.
One big one or two, I predict.
And there we go. That's an easy catch right there. Look at that. There's hardly anything left on that chicken. 2 crabs. That easy. Go ahead and check these out. That's probably going to produce another 2 or 3.
It's pulling like you got more than one for sure. I'm betting 2 or 3.
Or it could be the one large one. I had pulled one up over there in the back earlier.
Felt like something let go. One nice one.
Yeah, that was a nice one. So that's 3 crabs. And again, you know, just doing this with pieces of chicken that you can buy at your local market, it costs at least $4 at most for this. And, you know, aside from your string and your net, I mean, it's a pretty easy way to gather up some crabs.
We'll have to show y'all catch and cook one day of pot fried crabs. Nobody knows about that like you're talking about.
Yeah, and for the record, pot fried crabs is something we do here in Southeast Louisiana. A lot of people, you cannot find that in restaurants. That's something you find at a home amongst a community of people where that was done for generations.
See what we got here. Look at that. Look at that. On the bottom one and the top.
Okay, that's our catch with that one. And like I said, just one or 2 pieces of chicken on your string. Oh, what's that feel like?
Oh, it's got a lot. Guarantee both the empty chicken that the people left and the one I put on probably has each one in there. Let's see.
Yeah, we've accumulated pretty much a crab or 2 off of every chicken except for the first one, so we still have at least 4 or 5 more to check.
Oh, let go. Let go.
Oh, well, he's still 1 or 2's on there. It's not a bad ordeal right there. Oh, one must have got off. He got him.
Look at that line right there. Show them that line right there, how it's bouncing. You can tell.
Okay, yeah. The way we have these set, those chickens, they don't hold off that weight to put tension on that string that much. So when you see it bouncing, just like it is, maybe hard to see in video, but it swings back and forth. That's how you know there's a crab or 2. They're tugging out that chicken. They're eating it as we speak. And they don't get up much as they eat. You know, you have enough time to grab the whole entire thing. And you could reuse the chicken over and over again. I mean, you'll probably catch your catcher's limit before you run out of a chicken.
Three.
And just that fast. We still have 2 more lines to catch.
Man, it's getting heavy.
On this side. I believe we have 3 or 4 on this side of the wharf. Now these are a little.
That and sort it out after. Nothing.
Probably isn't long enough.
That was the last.
Yeah, let's go dump that out. Let's
This is
see what we got.
one run.
Just one. And not every line had one. We didn't video the second run up like we said we would. We got a little occupied, but this is what we're at now since we started. Like I said, guys, one chicken leg, shrimp, it doesn't take long. If anyone ever told you blue crabs was hard to catch, they're lying.
Any given day you can come here and catch crabs.
Any given day. It might not be a lot, but you always have enough for your own personal
We call
use.
this spot Old Faithful.
Just one?
If you don't know about this spot, we probably ain't gonna tell you.
Oh, we can't tell them about the spot, then we'd have to do unforespoken things. Nah, we're just kidding. Everybody comes here. This is a wildlife reservation area. They've created all of this for people like us to come out and enjoy. I believe something like that. But what they do is they create these places purposely for the use of recreational fishing. And there's other spots around town where they've put fish in.
Put that in the thing. Make sure we don't lose this.
Put that in our barrel. So we're accumulating. We gotta take him out, but we're gonna keep on fishing before we do that.
No, we're gonna take them out now.
Or take him out now.
Throw them away from the line so we don't catch this little butt again.
This is the ending of what we got. The end of our day. Probably took about an hour to catch. Mostly males. Some of them are a little skinny, but we're gonna go through them. And my partner Saltwater, he's gonna show y'all how to distinguish which ones are fat, which ones aren't. Missing rumors maybe that you might have heard or been misinformed about crabs. He's gonna get to you and gonna check them out, show them how it looks, and you know, hopefully we got more big crabs in there than what we caught small. So y'all stay tuned, and we're gonna give y'all the rest coming up.